quickness, especially their backups against your bench?
I tell you what, they're one of the fastest teams I think in the league, especially when you have Dragic and Bledsoe coming at you. Even though Bledsoe only had 14 points, he kept pressure on our defense where we collapsed in, loosened up us in rotation, and they knocked down shots. I mean, they hit some tough shots, shot 50%. Their bench came in, there was 59-11 with their bench points, which was huge. But again, their speed and quickness was the biggest factor.
You guys, your defensive slippage was sort of consistent, was all over the place. It was sometimes inside, sometimes outside.
Speed does that. Speed kills. I mean, that's yes, the whole bottom line. We won't see a faster team than that the rest of the year. Again, it caused a lot of breakdowns, whether it's pick and rolls, penetration and pitching, offensive boards when the shot goes up because the guy's out of position of helping. And we talked about that, and we just didn't do a good job. And it's hard to simulate, when you go through in practice. But my hat's off to that team. They shot the lights out. They made the shots they had to make. We cut it down. They continued to execute and got a tip in. But again, it was because of their breaking us down with their speed.
Is it more on the ball defense, Dwane, or team defense?
Oh, it was Bledsoe and Dragic starts it. I mean, it was more them, and everybody else is a byproduct of their speed and breaking us down. And again, it was in transition. Just coming at you, and then it collapses the defense, and then opens up everything else. Then you get a kid like Gerald Green who gets hot coming off pin downs. Even though we knew that he hadn't been shooting it well, but he got his groove back tonight, and we didn't get him under control.
Did playing the Grizzlies on Friday night make Phoenix look even faster?
Well, it's a huge contrast between Friday night's game and this game. Again, they're like kind of like the Phoenix of old, the speed and quickness and the way they play, whereas Memphis plays more grinded out, playoff type game. And it is a huge difference. It is a contrast. I don't know if that had anything to do with today, but there's a huge difference in the speed and quickness, and no disrespect to Memphis at all, but Bledsoe and Dragic present a huge problem.
Kyle, okay after taking those hits?
Yeah, it was concerning because he was a loose ball. The guy dove on the loose ball situation with his knee. Again, it's a tough situation when he has the ball and now the guy dives on him. It probably knocked the wind out of him, but he's okay. He's fine, and there's hopefully no broken bones.
Was there any thinking, what was the discussion about putting him back into the final 90 seconds?
Because he was okay. I mean, he got his wind back, got the wind knocked out of him and bounced back, and he was fine. So, it was still a 9-point game, 3-possession game at that time, and nobody was waving the white flag, at least I wasn't.
Tendency to let this, you just got to let this one go. It's a matchup thing rather than a.
It's not a systemic problem. It's not a situation where it's to panic. It's one game. We knew we're not going to go undefeated the rest of the way. That team right there, they're fighting for the playoff lives like we are, and they're a quality team in the West. And so again, it's not like it's the end of the world. I mean, we gave it our best shot. We shot 49%. They shot 50%. Again, I thought the difference was the speed, and their bench it was 59-11 from the bench. So one game, we got to learn from it, move on, get ready for Atlanta, New Orleans coming up, and we got, 17 more games to go.
You're worried about the bench? I mean, obviously this was a bad matchup in particular for your bench, but are you okay with where they're at? I know Patrick went out.
Yeah, I mean, once Patrick gets back, we have offense coming off the bench, which is huge. Everybody kind of gets back in their place. Again, it's no time to panic. We've showed that we've played against quality teams without Pat. We got to continue to do that. Guys have to step up, but again, and get defense in the game. And again, I don't think we're going to see that type of speed and quickness. At least I hope not. The rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.